Well, we got a pretty massive update on Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 1, including a synopsis, a full cast list, and a brand new clip. So let's dive in and talk about all of Tomorrowverse news and where it looks like this film is ultimately going to take us. Now, before we do that, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently, so you are really in the know. Well, earlier today, Warner Bros. Animation gave us a big peek into the upcoming Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. The first of 3 movies adapting Marv Wolfman and George Perez's iconic comic event is finally coming to life, and it appears it will indeed bring an end to the Tomorrowverse. Now, this seems kind of soon because the Tomorrowverse just kicked off back in 2020, so it does beg a lot of questions about what comes next, but we'll talk about that a little more in a minute. Now, earlier today, we got a brand new clip, and I'm going to link that clip for you guys down below because it really reveals a lot of details. It's pretty clear to me there are multiple Earths with several groups of heroes hailing from all of these places. Based on what we saw in the clip, Blue Beetle and the Question are both from the same universe, suggesting to me these could actually be broken down kind of based on their original comic origins, because many of these characters were gobbled up by DC as they bought various comic houses like Charleston. Now, with this new clip came a synopsis, and it's exactly what we would expect from a Crisis project. It reads, "Death is coming. Worse than death, oblivion. Not just for our Earth, but for everyone, everywhere, in every universe. Against this ultimate destruction, the mysterious Monitor has gathered the greatest team of superheroes ever assembled. But what can the combined might of Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, The Flash, Green Lantern, and hundreds of superheroes from multiple Earths even do to save all of reality from an unstoppable antimatter Armageddon?" Now, if you're familiar with the comic, this does align pretty well with the classic series, and in the new clip, they made it really clear they're not going to shy away from using duplicates of several characters because we saw 2 versions of Superman in action. Now, quite honestly, the cast for this movie is a bit breathtaking, and it's huge. We do know Darren Criss will return as Superman, Stana Katic as Wonder Woman and Superwoman, and Jensen Ackles as Batman. We also are seeing Matt Bomer return as The Flash, Meg Donnelly as Supergirl and Harbinger, Jimmy Simpson as Green Arrow, and Zachary Quinto as Lex Luthor. Now, as for the supporting cast, it gets even bigger because that includes Jonathan Adams as the Monitor, Ike Amada as John Jones, Amazing Man and Ivo, Jeffrey Arend as Psycho Pirate and Hawkman, Jack Callison as Dick Grayson, aka Robin, Alexandra Daddario as Lois Lane, Alistair Duncan as Alfred, Matt Lanter as Blue Beetle and Ultraman, Ado Asando as Mr. Terrific, Cynthia Hamadi as Dawnstar, Aldous Hodge as John Stewart and Power Ring, Erica Ishii as Dr. Light and Huntress, David Kaye as The Question, Ashley Lathrop as Iris West, Liam McIntyre as Aquaman and Johnny Quick, Young Justice's Nolan North as Howard Jordan, Amazo and Homeless Man, Lou Diamond Phillips as The Spectre and Owlman, Kesha Sharp as Vixen, and Harry Shum Jr. makes his return as Brainiac 5. We also got confirmation that this project is directed by Jeff Hamister with a script by Jim Krieg. Now, additionally, in this release, they finally confirmed that release date, and the movie will indeed get released on digital on January the 9th, with the Steelbook and Blu-ray dropping on the 23rd. Now, they gave no official update on Parts 2 and Part 3, but if you remember correctly, we dove into that about a week ago, and given the release dates from this past year, and how many projects they have coming out next year, I think we've predicted that pretty solidly, and I linked that video down below. Now, it is curious to me that this is being billed as an end to the Tomorrowverse. The world only came to life in 2020 with Superman Man of Tomorrow, and it would definitely be the shortest lived DC animated universe since we've been keeping track of them in the more modern era. Now, it's currently unclear whether these animated direct DVD movies will stand alone as Elseworld projects, or will the future encompass DC Studios and James Gunn's plan to create a more cohesive DCU across all forms of media? It feels like to me that this Tomorrowverse is reaching its conclusion already because, yes, James Gunn is going to reboot all the animated projects and at least tie everything that's coming to HBO Max directly into his DC universe. Now, honestly, I think it's pretty soon to reboot the Tomorrowverse, but I do understand their strategy of alignment. I hope we get some official word on this very soon. It would be quite ironic if in the new DC universe, Jensen Ackles does indeed end up being Batman, because he was a great voice for Batman and he clearly wants to play the character, and it's kind of a bit of a preview of what might be to come. Now, hopefully we get some more info on Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 2 and 3 very soon. We're going to keep our ear to the ground and bring you those updates right away. Until we know more, sound off in the comments below.